good spot.
I've been watching you for some time.
There we go. That's probably good.
Staring at those ocean eyes. Burning city,
Wait, I want to use the what?
napalm skies. 15 flares
1 second.
inside those ocean eyes. Your ocean
Wait, blur. There we go. Hold out on what? The topics? Let me look. Blah blah blah. Lego Star Wars Saga trailer drop. I haven't seen that yet. Well, let's hold out on the Lego Star Wars. Let's do the Microsoft one. Dying Light 2, I think would be good. Valorant roster changes. I think that should be fine. I think that'll be 40 minutes worth. Oh, and Ninja versus Pokimane beef for sure. And this. Here, let me. Yeah, we don't need world events. Okay. All right. When you're done. Yeah, that helps me out a lot. So we got the docket. When we're done with this, Joey, what are you recording this on? OBS? Or are you just gonna take the Twitch VOD? Do it from Streamlabs as well. Afterwards, I'm gonna have you send it to me so I can make it so that the audio isn't shit. And if we're actually gonna post this places, then I can actually make sure it's loud enough and good. Listen to music while we do this. Tight 40 minutes. I'm about to put on a timer. $40 minutes.
Ooh. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another stream, another podcast. Today we're going to be doing our very first episode. Obviously me, and then we're also going to have Mr. Mayhue. Oh, look at him. He's so cute.
Hi.
So this is our very first episode. We're called the Grape Vine, just because, you know, like you heard it from the grapevine. But we have some topics that we're going to go over. I first want to kind of introduce me. Obviously, you guys know me. I'm Jozay Rozay. I'm also go by Joey, Joe, Shu, whatever you guys like. And then to this guy, Mr.
What up?
Mr.
I'm
Sam.
MayhueMusic. You can call me Sam. I'm 22 as well as Joey. We're high school buddies. I'm an audio engineer, freelancer, music producer.
Okay.
So yeah, that's kind of the story.
That's Sam. I am 22 years old. You guys know that I'm an HVAC technician. That's what I do for a living. And Sam, I'm going to ask you, what got you into gaming?
I don't know. I think it was our generation in general. There wasn't a guy that was not playing video games at the time, like especially when Oblivion was coming out and sort of that and like Minecraft was coming out. Like we were the generation that started to play Minecraft. It
Yeah.
was like perfectly at our age. I remember playing like the beta and stuff. So it was probably that, and Steam as well was like just getting popular. And I got addicted to Team Fortress 2. So
Almost went pro in it.
a little bit. I played some competitive.
You know,
It's
no,
fun.
no.
It
flex
never,
at all.
unfortunately, TF2 never got to like where even Overwatch was, which sucks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Overwatch League killed itself anyways, so.
That's true.
2 questions I'm going to ask you, that way everybody can kind of get to know you, is what is your favorite video game, and what is your favorite anime?
Currently, my favorite anime is Naruto. I gotta
Oh,
say,
sheesh.
I'm like halfway through Shippuden, but Joey and I binged AOT recently, and that shit was pretty golden as well.
That shit was bussin'.
That was bussin'. That was so good. Oh my god, you need to catch up, Joey.
I
by the
will.
way.
I will. I will be catching up so we can watch on this AOT Sunday. Oh.
On AOT Sunday, yeah.
And then, what's your favorite
Right.
video game of all time?
Oh, video game? Team Fortress 2.
Okay.
Definitively, I'd say.
I can respect that.
Yeah.
So,
What about you?
what got me into video games was I watched a lot of YouTube growing up. A lot. I consumed a lot of content. I was one of those,
Yep.
just like Ryan, I was one of those kids who watched Team Crafted. I watched The Pack. I watched a lot of Jerome, Sky Does Minecraft, Captain Sparkles. I watched Syndicate. I watched a lot of content. I will say my first video game that I remember playing was Grand Theft Auto 3 on the PlayStation 2. I remember.
Damn, you went right into Rated M?
Yeah, blame my dad on
Jeez.
that one. But I would say, I don't know. Minecraft really got me into gaming. That's what really did it all, considering what I was consuming was a lot of Minecraft content. But my favorite video game, I would have to say, that's tough. I mean, I really like Smite. Smite has to be one of my favorite video games of all time. That's
Yeah, I feel like that's what you put the most hours into.
I have like
for sure.
14 or 1500 hours in that game. I will have to say it's one of my favorites. I haven't played it in a while, but it's something I can literally just get back into and no problem. And then chat already knows this, but my favorite anime, it's not the best anime. I get this and I understand
I know
that fully
this.
completely. But it is My Hero. I love My Hero, and especially All Might. The dude's literally my background on my phone, you know.
Still?
Yeah, still. To this here, I'll show it. Look at that. All Might right there. Background screen. Love that guy.
Such a goof.
I am here. Mm-hmm. Oh, let's see. What else do we got in here? Sam, do you have a favorite podcast that you listen to?
It was the Gus and Eddie podcast, which unfortunately has stopped due to some like controversy stuff, but that one was one of my favorites. I'm a big H3 fan.
Yeah, I like the H3 podcast.
But shout out to the Gaming Illuminati, I'd say is probably my favorite right now, which is just a group of guys, including the Black Hokage, who's a pretty big, he's a kind of a big YouTuber. They just talk about gaming and stuff. But those are a few of my favorite. I think I know yours, Joey.
Okay, again, hot take. I understand. Probably my favorite right now is Impulsive. I really like the Impulsive podcast. I've never really started listening to them until recently, so I'm kind of like going through when they first started, and I've just been listening to all of them. And some of them are really good, some of them are fantastic, and there's a few that are just like really bad. And it depends on kind of the guest that's on the show.
What's up, Grapes?
Yeah, what's going on, Grapes? Good to see you guys. Thanks for being chatters in here, by the way. I would have to say I also listen to Stuff You Should Know. They talk about a bunch of random shit, just like how obsidian works, or how mirrors are made, or You know, they've talked about the Star Wars special before. Like they go from A to Z on topics. I listen to comedy wise. I probably listen to Bill Burr's podcast. That one's really good. The Monday Morning Podcast. So that's just kind of a few. We do have a couple of future guests that we're gonna have on. So obviously I'm the host. Sam is the co-host, and then we have a co-host who our buddy Treeglobe. He'll be coming back. He'll be on rotation every few episodes or so. But to kind of give you guys a little tease of guests that we have, next week is going to be Sam, Ryan, and I. And then it's going to be, and I'll give a week 3, we're going to have our buddies Tommy and Josh on the podcast with us as well. Eventually, I'd like to do an all-boys podcast. That would be a lot of fun, I think, just kind of goofing around and talking some shit. But we'll give you 2 more weeks worth of episodes. We have talked about we want to do this either every Sunday or every Monday. So like every 2 weeks. It's just a little easier that way, because not all of our news and content that we get will be weekly, and it's just easier on both of Sam and I's schedule. So let's see.
I think we should just jump right into some topics here. I got some stuff I'd like to talk about for sure.
Yeah, Sam, I'll let you go.
I want to bring this up first because I was just watching stuff about it, but the Ninja versus Pokimane and JiDion beef is just so funny to me.
Oh, yes.
I feel like a lot of people are blowing it out of proportion. Like, I definitely feel like I've heard some people be like, this is like the biggest beef in streamer history, and it's definitely not, like, compared to like other stuff that's happened in the past.
Oh, like Dr. Disrespect getting banned? That was
like
way bigger. It's still huge.
Yeah, it's not even.
What is it? Shroud and Ninja moving to Mixer? That was huge.
And Ninja's just such a goof. Like, I don't know. Here's my 2 cents on it. I mean, JiDion, I think, deserved to be banned.
Oh, easily.
I mean,
that's not even a question.
Yeah, it was obviously a hate raid. And Ninja was just so weird about it. For sure. Like, the clip that when Pokimane was watching this clip where Ninja was saying that he was texting his
lawyers or his Twitch representative,
manager, his wife, Jessica Blevins, and then Jessica DM Pokimane was like, we're getting our lawyers involved for defamation, which, by the way, is just not a thing. That was not defamation. It was just weird. Like, I don't know. I almost feel like Ninja knew what he was doing. Like, well, and he knew he'd get the limelight a little bit.
Man, they were posting all kinds of stuff on Twitter. They were leaking DMs and
fully public.
Oh, it was honestly, it was not professional on either side of either of them. But at least we can come to the consensus that JiDion needed to be banned. That stuff was unacceptable. I don't feel bad for him at all. And I mean, I believe what he said was that was his first day of being partner on Twitch, and he already got banned.
And like, I get it. Pokey has some bad clips out there of her past, like really not great stuff.
No, a lot of racial slurs.
But that was like years ago, and years ago. And they've sort of turned it into this like, oh, just because she's a girl, like Twitch is gonna be nice to her.
Well,
when it was like,
and it's just
do anything this time.
It's sad in general because a lot of women in the gaming industry, anyways, get a lot of hate and crap, and you're just not helping the problem at all. So yeah, just weird champ, man. That's really what like, the whole situation is.
No one's posting like ugly pictures of Ninja on Twitter and spamming them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, going into his chat and saying L+ ratio and kill yourself and a bunch of other
definitely there's the sexism there for sure. I mean, there's been sexism in the gaming space forever, unfortunately. But I just wanted to bring that up because it's fresh and I just thought it was so ridiculous.
Speaking of getting banned, Ludwig got banned again on YouTube during live stream. He did. And he actually went and put a video out on his Mogul Moves channel, and he just kind of went and expressed some of his concerns and his complaints with the streaming platform and what he thinks he could do to kind of express his 2 cents on how to make the platform better for the streaming experience. Just because
Yeah.
I believe his first or second live stream after the Switch, he got banned for 3 days because there was copyrighted music. When that was one of YouTube's biggest things, was like, you can listen to music on stream with no problem. Like, there's no... That was in his switchover video.
So the
What
reason
he's-
that is, I have some insight into that. When an artist or a label releases music, YouTube has been around a lot longer, or at least has been the Baby Shark video on live stream. That's what it was. Yeah, I don't know if it was music, but YouTube's been around a lot longer. So when a label or an independent artist is releasing music, YouTube is a part of that contract already. Twitch
Yeah.
is not quite there yet. They haven't been around as long. They're not as cemented into the industry, so they don't have that option or the in. YouTube's also 10 billion times bigger than Twitch, so they have the money
Yeah.
to deal with that kind of stuff. Back when 2012, when YouTube was getting sued from the big boys, I forget their names, but they were getting sued for like copyright stuff. And they ended up settling out of court, but that's what brought on the DMCA. Basically, these companies can just immediately take down videos if it has copyrighted material in them. And so I think it's ridiculous when all these big Twitch streamers, I won't lie, all these huge Twitch streamers are just like watching anime and stuff, just like to spite Twitch, when I don't
Yeah.
think they understand that there's probably going to be a lawsuit, and Twitch is going to have to be like, all right, you can automatically ban whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like,
What was it? Toast was
It's
watching
insane.
Death Note on stream. You had, I believe Pokimane was also watching something, and she got I don't know if she got banned. I think she got copyright striked. I think she was also watching something. You have XQC and Mizkif watching MasterChef on stream. They've really been pushing the boundaries, and it's going to come to a point where the big streamers are going to do enough pushing, and then it's just going to ruin the fun for everyone else. So,
I believe that. I agree.
I will see
I
how
see
it
some
goes.
people that, like, some of these big streamers are like, oh, just don't snitch on other people. Like, it's not that big of a deal. And the whole meta is like, you're, going
But,
against
yeah.
copyright, and it's like funny. But this is exactly what happened to YouTube when they were smaller, probably Twitch's side, a decade ago. They got sued, and luckily they won and settled. But now there's a system to where if you were to post a YouTube video of like a clip of a movie that you were talking about it, even though it's fair use, that the people holding the copyright, the people who made the movie, can still just take down your video
Yeah.
until you get it back up. And
It's-
that process was not in there until they got sued. And I have a feeling that the exact same thing is going to happen.
Yeah, well, we'll see how that goes. It's going to be a big blowover, and everyone's going to be pissy and crying about it, and other people are going to be like, oh, thank God, that was just not fair for blah, blah, and blah. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, Rip Ludwig, though.
Yeah, my
That's
boy.
funny.
I love Ludwig. Literally my
Man
favorite
switched
streamer.
over and not having a great time.
Dude, I think it was his first day he literally got banned. On day one, he did
That's so funny.
he did something, and I know he accidentally had a slip up where he accidentally went live on Twitch instead
I
of
did hear
YouTube,
about
and he was
that.
like, "Oh shit, I forgot."
I wonder if that was staged, though.
Oh, who knows? It's hey, get those views, baby, those clicks. That's all that matters. Speaking of big companies, Mr. Mayhue, Microsoft bought Activision for $68.7 billion. I'm gonna say that number again: $68.7 billion. That is
Yep.
crazy. You want to know how much Disney bought for Star Wars? 4.05 billion.
Yeah, Activision Blizzard just makes more money than Star Wars does, honestly.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, the amount of money
well,
they make
we're
from
also
COD alone is,
talking.
like,
What was it?
bonkers.
2012, 2000.
True.
Let's
Inflation
see.
alone, let's see what that is.
When was Star Wars bought by Disney? I'm gonna look that up. 2012. Yeah. So you're also looking at. I think that was before The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, The Rise of Skywalker, before The Mandalorian, the now Boba Fett series that's out, and The Bad Batch. So obviously Star Wars content has induced since then, but holy crap. 68.7 billion. That is so much money. Even
People
just like
just
$1
don't
billion
understand.
itself is a lot.
People don't understand how much money Activision Blizzard make a year.
We'll see. That means that they get Call of Duty, Candy Crush.
Yeah, Candy Crush alone.
Yeah, oh
is
my
like
God.
The third most grossing game in the world.
All the Facebook moms.
Mm.
You have. So now, I wonder now, because they bought Activision, and now that Activision is working with Raven Software, Sledgehammer Games, Treyarch, and all the other companies, if the Call of Duty titles are going to be any much better now. Since they actually have the funding and the money and the company to back it up, are we going to start seeing non-dog shit Call of Duties? Because it seems like all the pros right now, not even pros, but like all the content creators, they're not playing Call of Duty anymore. I mean, you still have like
it's
Tim,
falling off.
but Tim
It's
does
falling off.
mainly most like just chatting while he's playing it. But
He's falling off. I mean, COD is falling off. I mean, in general, for sure. I mean, but still, it's still huge. Like, just because it's falling off doesn't mean it's still not huge. I did read an article, though, the other day that there was talk of stopping the annual COD releases.
that would be nice. I would rather have a
And-
full-fledged game than some half-ass crap that they put out.
I agree. I think you build up more hype. I mean, Modern Warfare, the remake, that was a 2-year gap, right? I think.
I think so.
That was a 2-year gap, and they made more money off that game alone than probably Vanguard and what was it even called? Like, I don't remember. Vanguard and
Black Ops Cold War.
Cold War combined. So
And-
money-wise, it also makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't played since Cold War, but I mean, like, I guess their biggest moneymaker right now is Warzone, technically. I mean, there's literally hundreds of thousands of users on Warzone every day.
Yeah.
But the community is slowly dying out because of hackers, which they haven't fixed, which I think, even on top of this topic, that there is a lawsuit out right now for the anti-cheat that Warzone has because the cheating is so bad on it.
They're just trying to make an example out of... I think they're suing them for a lot of money.
Well,
Enough money to make these guys, all of them, go personally bankrupt. So they're
Well-
just trying to make an example out of it. That's a good step, but yeah.
I mean, someone's got to take the fall for it for the industry to get better. So,
It's a constant battle with hackers. It's hackers versus anti-cheat. It'll never stop. I think.
no, it never
It's
will.
going to be hackers, unfortunately.
It is what it is, but I mean,
Yeah.
at least make the problem a little better than what it is.
Yeah. Hopefully, with Microsoft's money, there'll be some changes for sure.
But I mean, dude, Microsoft's been making big news. I mean, they also bought Bethesda back in September of 2020, and hell, that was 7.5 billion itself. They're just making so much money right now. They have so many companies, and dude, that makes me want to buy the Battle Pass. Or,
I know
yeah,
the Game Pass
the Game
becomes
Pass.
like more and more enticing every single time they announce new games. Like, it's pretty ridiculous. I mean, if you're trying to get into next gen gaming and you're trying to spend less money, there's no competition. You
Yeah.
get an Xbox One S for like $300, which is ridiculous. The little white one,
Yeah,
it's cheap as hell, and they're not like scarce. They're not as scarce as the PS5. You pay $10 a month and you get a billion games. Like, it's pretty insane. I agree.
it's a good gamble.
Yeah.
I'm almost thinking about getting it, honestly. And at that point, like, you don't even need to pay $60 for games anymore because it's just going to be on the Game Pass.
Pretty insane. I agree.
And also, speaking of games that are being released, Dying Light 2 releases on February 7th. I don't know if you've ever played Dying Light, Sam, but I played
I
it.
have not.
Okay, do you remember Dead Island?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, take Dead Island, add more parkour. That's what Dying Light is.
I've heard good things. I've heard very good things about the first one.
Oh,
I'm sure I'll give the second one a shot when it comes out.
so the second one that's coming out, I believe it's Dying Light to Stay Human, I think is what the title of it is. It's actually really cool because it has a butterfly effect that they've added into the open worldness of it. So the decisions you make actually change, like, the enemies, the environment around you, and then future decisions as well. And all of that will help create the story and help your ending, I guess. It's
Interesting.
I will be buying it, and my vacation is on the 7th, so I'll probably be buying it on the 7th and then streaming it on the 7th.
Yeah.
So look out for that.
Non-stop playing.
Yeah, I'm very excited. It's going to be so good.
Nice.
Oh, let's see, what else do we got in here, bud? Let's get into Valorant.
Valorant stuff.
Yeah.
Sir.
So let's just start by saying, oh, VCT is this Thursday. Let's go.
Yeah, it's good to have tournaments back for sure.
I am so excited to get the boys together and sit and watch some proud NA Valorant.
100T Valorant, baby.
That's right. So we'll actually start with 100 Thieves. Obviously we lost Steel and we lost Seven. They both went to T1, which I was pretty upset about, but I'm upset and happy. We did unfortunately lose Nitro. However, Nitro is going back to NACS. Yeah. So I bid him farewell. I bid him good luck.
Yeah.
Do us proud, you know? That was my boy. Nitro liked one of my tweets, and that was one of my, like, holy crap, I made it. I did it, mama.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Steel and T1 going to, or Jesus Christ, loves me. 7 and Steel going to T1.
I mean, I can understand. It's gonna be. We'll have to see like how T1 does this upcoming tournament.
I mean, 'cause it's like,
but
I think it's Steel, T1,
I don't know if
3-0.
getting rid of Steel was the right move. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think people don't give Steel enough credit for his tactics alone, in my opinion. I am worried that this new IGL and this new coach, how it's going to affect 100 Thieves.
Well,
I am hopeful that it obviously goes well, but I think T1 is going to be pretty damn good with Steel. I've always been a huge Steel fan. I think he's very much a genius, like, at the game.
Yeah, unlucky, honestly. Really.
Unlucky, really. Yeah, it's funny, too.
Well, I'm also upset because they had 7 on the bench, and then they never used them. Which I'm starting to see that's a really big trend in the whole Valorant world. Like, they pick up a substitute, and then never use them.
Yeah.
So I wonder... I can understand why and why not. I can understand why they put him on the bench for in case something happens. Like Dicey. When we had VCT Challengers 2, you know, Ethan's internet went out. They had Dicey come in. He finished the rest of the map. They won it out. They clutched it, you know. But that's a very not happening all the time sort of scenario. So, but I can also see it is nice for them to have it on there as well for the sheer fact that they could be part of practice. And Reddit can leave me alone on my notifications. And, you know, that they can kind of be there to see these tier 1 teams and how they practice, how they talk, how they do comms.
I think Dicey's going to destroy, honestly.
Yeah, so that's...
I hope so.
Oh. So I'm just going to kind of go through a list of some of the roster changes that are going on, and then we can go back to them, and we'll talk about them. So we finally got the new TSM roster announcement. Thank God, because they absolutely sucked last year. They did great in First Strike, and then every tournament, dude, they were just ass.
Yep.
So the full roster now is Corey, Leviathan, Wardell, Sabrosa, and Rossi. Corey comes from FaZe, and Rossi comes from Immortals. Or Rossi comes from Immortals. Luminosity just dropped your boy Dre, which I'm really sad about. I've always loved him from the 100T days at the very beginning. And they dropped the Proto. Luminosity did, however, pick up Mata, who was originally from Andbox. And then... Oh! Our boy Dicey! It is not confirmed yet, but because of our great sources that we have on Twitter, Dicey might be on FaZe, and then ShotUps is going to be going on to the Immortals. And so now the full roster for FaZe is going to be Baby Bay, who's the main core. Then you have Larry Banks and Flya, who are both from... I think they're from Team Seal. I think they're one of the Tier 2, Tier 3 teams.
Yeah.
And then ShotUps and Dicey. So... And then, obviously, 100 Thieves, we just picked up Baby J, who is from FaZe, and Esses, who is from CSGO in EU. So, that's one of our first, I think it's one of the first, oh, what's it called? They do it all the time in League of Legends. International, help me out, Sam. I forget what it's called.
I don't know what you're trying to say.
I know the term. It's like
Like an international pick.
Yeah, basically. That we'll just simplify it to that.
Yeah, I am excited about this upcoming season. I think Eccles is gonna be insane. I was watching him yesterday, and he was crazy. He was very good. Taking anyone from EU CS:GO is probably the right move.
Yeah. Well, he's originally from Liquid, was it? I forget where
I'm
he's
not
from.
too sure, but literally anyone in EU CS:GO is going to be a good decision.
Oh yeah, cracked. And then
I think Baby J, it will be good too. I mean, he was pretty cracked on FaZe.
he was a good. I think he played Killjoy and Viper when he was on FaZe, and he always did well. I think he was just. I think he was the substitute that was in for them for a while, and I don't think he actually had like an official contract with them, but he was still part of the team for it. I thought he did well. So now the main team for 100 Thieves is Hiko, Asuna, Ethan, Baby J, and Esses. So hoping to see how that goes. I'm going to be rooting on my boys. As always, I mean, you guys can see... Oh, wait, right there. You guys can see my jersey that's hanging on my TV. I'll be wearing it. So let's go... Let's talk about TSM. Because they had a crazy... and just not so fun season last year. I'll let you start, Sam.
I mean, it was tough seeing them destroy the first 2 or 3 tournaments. They were doing really well. Hazed was at the top of his game. Sabrosa was going crazy. I don't really know what happened. Like, they just fell apart after first strike and could not get out of like group stages. I don't know what was going on.
I just
happy
feel like
to see Corey in there, though. I think Corey's going to be a great fit. I don't really know too much about Rossi. However, I know Corey, I think, will really fit in well with the rest of the roster.
Rossi was always top fragging on Immortals. I think he's a good pick for them.
Immortals were good, too. I mean, they throughout the entire first season, they were pretty damn good.
I see with TSM, so like, you know, for you and I, 100 Thieves, I never see Hiko or Asuna going anywhere. Ever. I don't ever see them leaving.
I agree.
And that's how it is on TSM. I don't see Wardell or Sabrosa going anywhere. That is like their star players. Unless, you know, let's say Sentinels came in and wanted to buy both of them for lots and lots and lots of money. But I don't see it happening. I don't see them going. And, you know, Leviathan played really well. I mean, during the time that he's there, and for at least for a new pickup, like those 3 molded pretty well.
Yeah,
so,
they were solid for sure.
There's been a lot of roster changes the last few weeks. It's been crazy. I haven't even updated it.
Though I really am not.
Cause
after once season 1 ended, you know, everyone was just wanting to try something new. It's still early in competitive Valorant overall.
Yeah.
So people are still going to be experimenting. seeing where the meta's going, trying out different players. I want to talk about LG dropping. I just want to talk about your boy Dre in general. I think he's just being slept on. Like, what is happening?
Okay, how you feel about that? I also feel that same way, and I also feel that way about We Did. Those
Yeah.
two players, I feel like are so freaking good, and they just don't get their potential.
Your boy Dre is so good. Like,
from someone who came
incredibly
from
good.
PUBG, not even CS:GO or not even from CS:GO. Like some of the players, they're mainly CS:GO, or you'll have Fortnite Pro, PUBG Pro, or Overwatch. Those are like the three other main games besides CS:GO.
There's some TF2 pros in there.
Oh, is there? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I feel like Dre just doesn't get the love that he deserves.
I 100% agree. That kid is crazy good.
Well, what was it? Was it VCT 1 or 2? They were on Bind, and he picked Jet, and it was completely out of nowhere. No one saw it coming, and he was freaking nuts. I think he was the match MVP, and no one had ever seen him play a duelist like that before.
Yeah.
So, however, you hadn't seen it yet, even though I tagged you in the Discord about it. The Evil Geniuses roster has been leaked, and
for CS:GO.
No, for Valorant. And
For Valorant.
Yep, and your boy Dre is on that roster for it.
Really?
So, hoping for the best. A proto did not seem to pass the trial, unfortunately, but hoping to see your boy Dre out there again on another team, because now, good lord, now he's he's X 100 Thieves, X Luminosity, and he was on another team. Was it not Cloud9? It was something else. It was something else crazy. But we also have, let's see, we have Lear, who joined Andbox. We have Jonah6, who joined Andbox.
Yeah, I'm interested in how Andbox does. They were also pretty damn good.
Yeah. Them and BBG, they kind of came out of nowhere.
Pretty damn good.
At one point.
Yeah, built by gamers.
Yep.
Also.
So, hoping to see some... Dude, I'm just excited in general to watch some NA Val. It's been so long. The streams of watching the pros just aren't enough for me. So, being able to see everyone go against each other and battle it out for points and challengers, it's going to be really good. Because, I mean, you have the new Cloud9 roster, the TSM roster, you have the Okay, that is one thing I did want to talk about real quick. Was the... good lord, Joey, spit it out. Was the Berlin results. We had 3 teams go out, which was Sentinels, Cloud9, and Envy. And Envy was just an absolute train wreck. Cloud9 did okay. Sentinels did okay, but they eventually lost it. It just didn't look good for NA at all.
I think it was meant to be. Ascend played like crazy. I will say that the only US team to beat Ascend, pretty sure, is still 100 Thieves. I could be wrong about that.
And Gambit. And Gambit as well.
And Gambit. That's true. But it was kind of a shame. I am not surprised Sentinels didn't win. I think a lot of people were, but I think people give them too much credit.
Well, it seemed like, from what I could tell, that they weren't doing, what's it called? When the teams do trials against each other. Damn it. Dude, I'm missing out on so many words tonight. Where they go against each other before a tourney. Scrims. They weren't doing scrims at all.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's what you think when your dick's too huge, You think that you're the best.
I don't know if it had anything to do with that. I just think I kind of knew an EU team would probably take it. Ascend was crazy. CNED is the best jet in the game, in the world.
CNED is very good. I was kind of hoping
won
Team
the tournament.
Liquid personally, but
Same. I was also kind of rooting for Scream's team
Yeah.
as well. That was kind of a shame.
love my boy
I'm not too
Scream.
surprised though. Like Gambit and Ascend going up to Berlin were destroying.
Yeah. Well, and it's just, I don't know. Everyone was like, oh my god, Envy's so good. And then they completely side railed and were not doing well. And
Yeah,
not
I mean,
clutching it up.
Envy are good. They're not very, they weren't ever crazy consistent. They were getting they were getting better and better throughout season 1. Honestly.
Well, they weren't good until they got Marved and Yay,
Yeah.
So, kind of weird champ to see this upcoming season. We'll see how everything goes. This upcoming tournament will kind of tell us how everything's going, and we'll kind of
I'm
get to
excited.
see. Dude, Sam, you have no idea how excited I am to put on that jersey and watch some 100 Thieves Valorant with you.
Gonna put on your jersey.
Oh, it's never a dull
Yeah.
moment with the boys.
You should try to get some viral clips of you like freaking out
Oh, dude. Oh,
during the tournament and post them to Twitter.
oh God. Well, speaking of Valorant pros, I got Bumpa to sign my Steam profile.
I saw that. I checked your profile. Literally. Quite literally. He signed it.
So awesome. All you got to do is just bother the pros long enough. I went 15 days in a row asking them to sign my Steam profile, and he finally did.
That was super funny.
I'm still asking Frosty and Sabrosa as we speak.
Really?
Yeah, we'll see. I really want Frosty to sign it.
That's so funny.
So back to 100 Thieves, because that's our boys. Besides Baby J and Essie's, we got a new coach. Jovi, who originally was our analyst, is now the head coach. That's really exciting. Jovi's been there the entire way there.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see how he does as coach. It seems like he's always been with the boys. He's done well. We don't have Edward anymore as our sports health guy, which really sucks.
I really liked him too. He was funny.
I liked Edward a lot. And then we also dropped Boy, which I thought was kind of surprising.
Definitely a little bit. For sure.
I know he didn't play well in VCT3, but what can you expect a guy playing for the first time on an actual tournament with the boys,
Yeah.
So, hearts out to him. Hope he does well.
Absolutely.
But with the boys all leaving, that means I'm going to have to watch T1 play. I'm going to have to start watching NACS for Nitro. And then hopefully Boy goes somewhere. I like to see him on a good team. I always thought he was a good player when he was on Andbox. So.
Yeah, I'm hoping he does something because he was very good as well. Also excited about Jovi being the new head coach. I think there needed to be a change there for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Frosty was okay, but... Or Frost, sorry. Frost was...
Yeah.
He was okay, but I didn't think he was anything special.
Fortunately, we can't really know how much of a hand he played in, First Strike or any of the other tournaments, but...
Hey, we still got a
Lots of
championship.
changes.
Hey, we still got a championship last year, and that's all that matters to me, all right?
That's true.
Even if it wasn't one of the
First
big
major.
boy ones. It was still the first major.
It was the first ever major. It was a big one for sure.
I will never forget that.
Yeah.
God, dude, I'm so excited to see Dicey on a team again. I missed Quan, missed seeing him play. But that does kind of... I'll put this one last thing out, and we can close it out.
Yep.
It does kind of bring questions, though, because with him going... If he is going to FaZe, which 99% of the tweets that we see do end up coming true, Dicey was 100 Thieves' like Jet and Opper. But now he's going to be going to a team that already has that, who's Baby Bay. So I wonder what he's going to play.
It's been a long time since he was playing Jet on 100 Thieves. It's been months, so I'm sure he's, moved on to something other than Duelist.
I don't know if he's going to be a smoke, a flex, an initiator. I have no idea what his role is going to be. Kind of excited to see how it goes, though. So we'll figure it out. We'll find out, and we can do updates.
Yeah.
You have any last-minute touches, convos that you want to touch on?
I think we covered everything. By the time next week, we'll have a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
VCT or
Well,
2 weeks or whatever.
in 2 weeks. And then we're going to have Ryan with us too, so he's going to have to endure us fanboying over this shit.
Yes, he will.
But he's going to be like, ooh, I want to talk about Genshin.
Yep.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. Like I said, we're going to try and plan to do this every 2 weeks. So we will be doing this. Oh, let's see. If next week is the 31st, then we'll be doing this either the 6th or the 7th. So when I'm on vacation, we're going to have Treeglobe on with us, a.k.a. Ryan. You guys will get to learn about him. Like I said, he's our co-host. We'll just you guys will get to learn, and we'll talk some more bullshit, and we'll be able to talk about VCT, which I'm super stoked for. I love talking about Valorant. So, you wanna... I'll let you close it out for the rest, Sam.
I ain't got much to say. Thanks for tuning in.
Appreciate you guys.
See everyone after VCT.
Yeah, for real. We'll talk to you guys there. You guys have a good one. Thanks for joining episode 1. We'll see you on episode 2 here in 2 weeks. Thank you so much. Bye.